My name's Dan Wheeler. I am the proprietor, owner of the Photo Parlour. The Photo Parlour is a photographic darkroom and hub for photographers as well as a film processing lab here in Nottingham. There's a real broad church of people that use this place. So we've got student photographers who do a lot of work with Nottingham Trent University, photography courses, workshops and things like that. We have other educational establishments from out of the Midlands coming in as well. A bunch of enthusiasts that come in and use the darkroom because that's how they enjoy making work. They like making prints. We have a bunch of professional photographers coming in here as well, so editorial photographers, journalists, fine artists. But I think the point is that this place is accessible for everyone. The only way I like to view my work is by processing a roll of film, making a contact sheet that I then look at, assess which ones I want to print, so I edit that work down, and then I print those images, and then I look at them on the table as a physical thing. And I think that's one of the reasons why I like doing it more than anything. But also I think actually there's a certain quality that you can't reproduce digitally. Perhaps more important than the fact that it's a physical thing is it's made me be a better photographer, because I have to know how a camera works properly to get good results. But also it's made me slow down a lot. So instead of firing bursts of images off and then choosing the best one, I just make one photograph and make sure it's right. I'm quite a sort of holistic photographer, so I often print how I feel. If I'm in a bad mood, my prints will be dark, and if I'm in a good mood, they'll be bright. And it's very dependent on how I feel. And I guess you can do that digitally, but I don't feel particularly enthusiastic creatively about sitting in front of a computer and editing. I've engineered my whole life around not doing that. Part of the thing that spurs me on to be creative is everyone around me making work. The other thing that really inspires me is looking at photo books. Looking at other people's work is really exciting, and that really does spur me on to make work. Number one is someone that I'm very fortunate to work with, which is a photographer called John Blakemore, who is like the grandfather of British photography. And it's weird working with someone that has exhibited all over the world and is an honorary fellow in the Royal Photographic Society, and is considered one of the greatest printers in the country. It's really nice working with him, and he taught me a whole different way of seeing photography and working as a photographer. So I think it was really important to mention him because he's very important to me. My dog. My dog gets me out of bed in the morning. I think the thing that gets me out of bed in the morning is the people that come and use this place. Because if they weren't there, I wouldn't have any reason to get up. I guess the other thing that gets me up in the morning is my partner, because she pushes me to do stuff all the time and keep going even when it's tough. I really love the people that I work with, and that's both my volunteers and the members here. They're all good people, and it's a pleasure and a privilege to be surrounded by them all day. It's difficult running a lab, and it's those people that keep me on the right path. If I was to boil it down to a fine point, what is the one thing that I like the most? When I teach, a lot of the time I'm teaching people to print in the darkroom for the first time, and some people have never seen an image develop in a tray before. So for people to see that their own image from their negative that they've processed themselves develop in a tray is always amazing, because it's always a really kind of special moment that you don't forget.